Hey guys, what's going on? It's B-Man the Champ. It's been a hot minute, but honestly, I haven't found that much to vlog about lately. But back again with my special guest, Troublemaker.
Whoop whoop, what's poppin'?
And well, I figured he was free tonight, so I try and gather him up to do our Elimination Chamber predictions coming up this Saturday, live on the WWE Network on Peacock and Sportsnet if you're here in Canada.
For only $14.99.
I know, what's up with that? They keep increasing the prices.
Inflation.
It's fucking weird. Anyway, so let's get right into it.
Yes.
Honestly, though, I have to say, like, this is the most hype I've been for a pay-per-view main event. That was a foregone conclusion, but I'll get more into that when we get to it. Kicking things off, we'll start with the Women's Elimination Chamber match for a #1 contendership to the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania. I know, that was a mouthful. We got Asuka, we've got Nikki Cross, we have Natalya, Carmella, Liv Morgan, and Raquel Rodriguez, if I'm remembering correctly, as the 6 women who are entering the chamber. So Trouble, why don't we start with you? Who do you think's got that one?
Okay, so I'm gonna just right off the bat just let you know. Whoop whoop, shout out to the homegirl Asuka. She is rocking this new face paint look. Or it's new to the Raw audience, okay? But it's something that she has done prior to. I am in love with it. I'm feeling it. I'm sharing it on Twitter all the time. Follow me at Thornhill Ninja, just saying. But yeah, so I want Asuka to take it. And if Asuka does get eliminated, then I would like Liv Morgan to take it. So one side from Raw, one side from SmackDown. I chose Raw for Asuka, SmackDown, Liv Morgan.
Oh, I'm just going with the one pick, and it's got to be Asuka. Like, who else could it be? Like, okay, you say Liv Morgan, which, okay, maybe that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but anybody else? No, I don't see anybody else taking it besides Asuka.
Come on, you don't want the you don't want Miss Cross taking it? I would love to see Nikki Cross up in that mix.
I wouldn't, honestly. But I'm not into the crazy characters like you are, and I realize how ironic that is, me saying that when we just see what Asuka's transformation is. But she has something going for her, and that's I love like, in general, Japanese people. So, you know, that's why her and her character is so fucking intriguing now. And I loved her NXT run. Like, she deserved so much better when she came up. But no, the Vince McMahon, you know how that goes. So hopefully Triple H can do right by her, and he can start by having her win the Chamber, go on to WrestleMania to face Bianca Belair. Right, next up, we have...
B-E-S-T-E-S-T.
The bestest.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so next, let's do...
The Grit Couple.
Yeah, sure, why not? Let's do Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. Now, I want to start by saying why wasn't it Dominic instead of Rhea Ripley? Because here's my reasoning behind that. Because we've got the couple versus the couple in air quotes, right? Instead of Finn Balor, who's like, yeah, he's the leader. I know Edge is kind of feuding with him. He's like the de facto leader and stuff, but the way I could have seen it going was Edge and Beth versus Rhea and Dom, and then Finn Balor would interfere in the match, and that leads to that final blow-off between Edge and Finn at WrestleMania, hopefully Hell in a Cell. But we may still get there, who knows. But for right now, as far as picking up the win on Elimination Chamber, I got to go with Judgment Day, because Rhea needs that momentum going into her match with Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania.
Shoot. Yo, that's a really good point. That's a really good point, because the more and more I thought about it, I was gonna say Judgment Day as well, but I'm like, you know, because it's I was gonna say No Way Out, because it's Elimination Chamber, you know, and it's not Mania, you know, you could potentially see like Edge and Beth taking the victory in Canada. You know
That's
what I'm
true.
saying? But at Mania to really advance the Judgment Day, because I feel like Dominic might fight Edge at Mania. That's what it can come down to.
I think he might be fighting his dad, though. I think that's where they're going with this.
Or is there a WrestleMania Backlash this year?
Possibly. I don't know. I haven't looked at the pay-per-view schedule.
Okay. Because that could be a possibility, too. Like, maybe have Mysterio and Dominic. And then once... I feel like Dominic would take that victory, and once he's done with that, he's like, okay, I'm like the new legend killer. I took out my dad, now I'm going to take out Edge for good. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. But,
Could happen.
Yeah, my gut's saying just stick with Judgment Day still.
Yeah, I think like I said though, I wish it was Rhea and Dom, because they're the quote unquote couple versus going against the actual real couple, Edge and Beth. That's why it was weird to me why it was Finn put in the match instead. But anyway.
Yo, okay, first I got us a couple things to say.
Alright.
Shout out mommy. You know? But at the same time, I have to scale back like 2-3 weeks ago. I found it hilarious. Finn Balor's pain when he's like, "What do you mean? Of course I'm ready!" Like he was hurting.
Oh, that tag team, tag team turmoil. Yeah, I remember that.
He could barely hold a sentence, but it was so funny.
It was good acting.
Shout out Finn, man. You had me freaking like rolling on the floor laughing.
I know you don't really keep up with NXT, but I gotta say, both of Finn's run-ins in NXT were really good. He's just been like misused tremendously on the main roster. Luckily with Triple H back in creative, although who knows how long that's gonna be for. Luckily they've kind of been pushing Judgment Day. They've been doing pretty well. I'm certainly a lot more interested in them than I was when Vince McMahon was booking, but in either way, yeah, they're doing really good with Finn. Hopefully he keeps up this momentum. I don't know if they're gonna have him face Edge at WrestleMania, or if they do, I kind of hope he wins. But I mean, I'm an Edge head, but still, you know.
Yeah, yo, I think as much as like, you know, them being faces and stuff, Edge and Beth.
Yeah.
And they're coming back. It just storyline wise and advancement, it just makes more sense for the Judgment Day to pick up the win, because they've been helping carry Raw. Yeah. For a very long time. And yes, Edge was the like originator, but I don't think Judgment Day is gonna like end anytime soon.
I certainly hope not, because although to be fair, I don't know, after Edge, where do they go? Because that was their whole thing, because they started with Edge, because his original plan was to take newer superstars under his wing and like help them out, and then they turn on him. They take him out. So after that whole thing with Edge is done, possibly again at WrestleMania, I don't know. Where do they go from there? That's my question.
I kind of think that they can go with okay, if Rhea like wins a SmackDown championship.
Yeah, so she'll be on SmackDown too. So like,
I don't know how to explain this other than like, I don't see that much of a division, even though superstars are signed strictly to Raw, strictly to SmackDown.
That's true.
So I kind of think that you would physically see Judgment Day show up on SmackDown and try to take out the rest of the islands of relevancy.
It could be. That would actually be a really interesting match that I've actually wanted to see for a little while now. Judgment Day versus Bloodline. Well, we'll get to the Bloodline a little bit later. So if that's all for that, let's get on to Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. And
Mr. Business, I swear he looks all business.
Holy shit! You see the size of that puddle.
Not trying to.
No, I know. Also, too, we got I mentioned this in B-Scats right along. We got the subway extension going here.
Oh shit!
It's kind of a weird location though, like McCowan and Shepherd. But anyway, getting off topic. So, Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. I love Brock's promo like a few weeks ago. It was so fucking funny. It's like, I'm at home. I'm sleeping with my wife, and 4 or 5 hours later, all I can think about is Bobby Lashley. There's a lot of memes about that too. It was so funny.
Gosh, that's hilarious.
That is so funny. But yeah, given what we see on Raw, I gotta think Brock Lesnar's gonna pick up the W here, unless they do like a no contest and they extend it out to WrestleMania. But if not, I'm seeing Brock picking up the W.
That's it?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's not much else I want to say about it.
I don't even think it's going to be a match. I think it's going to be a scrap. And then, yeah, I think it's going to be rolled out to Mania, where they could do like a 2 out of 3 falls or 3 stages of hell. Something along those lines.
Yeah, I could see that. That's what I'm saying, like a no contest kind of thing.
Yeah. So like I'm with you on that. Like, there's no way that this match should properly be conducted, because they literally need to be scrapping right now. And for them to be, they're not trying to wrestle, they're trying to war, man.
Yeah, I hear you, because they've been back and forth this whole time. I just want to see like a definitive ending to whenever they have their final match, because the last 2 were ended by shenanigans, you know. Because the first time was at Royal Rumble last year, and Bobby won, but that was because of interference from Roman. And the following time, which was at Crown Jewel, like Brock won, but that's because Bobby didn't let go of the hold. and I think even the shoulder was up too. So like, I don't know, that was weird. But like I said, I just want to see a definitive ending one way or the other.
I feel that.
All right, let's move on to the men's United States Elimination Chamber match for the United States title. Got Austin Theory, A-Town Down versus, let me see if I remember, Bronson Reed, Damian Priest, Montez Ford, Seth Rollins, and Johnny Gargano. Why don't you take this one first, Trouble?
Okay. So Austin Theory is just gonna retain. Okay. But yo, so I'm looking at this lineup and I'm like, okay, you just talked about how it wasn't so up to date with NXT from back then, which was quite true. And so I didn't know much about Bronson Reed, and he had a different name at the time.
No, he was still Bronson Reed.
Okay, so he was in a different promotion though, right? With a different name?
Oh, that, yeah. He was, I think he was called Jonah or something.
Okay, so Bronson is getting good feedback from the crowd in general.
He is, yeah.
For like, and you know, like when I talk about Bronson's matches with some other homies, they're like, yo, for a big guy, this man can move. Like, so he is very impressive. He has an amazing skill set, and he's just blessed. Like, he's built with a lot of good characteristics, and he's smooth with it. Like, his promos are short, but he's smooth. Johnny Wrestling, since his return to Monday Night Raw, he has barely wrestled. So to throw him in this match, I'm surprised he didn't throw Dexter in the match instead. I think there might be a small little part maybe with Dexter in this match. Maybe there might be like a chainsaw or a saw to get, you know, Gargano out of the chamber in a very funny fashion. Now, Damian Priest, you already know, like, I think he's going to be one of the top 2 or 3 people left in the chamber.
Yeah.
Because Judgment Day has to come up with like a very good showing heading into Mania and stuff. Now, oh my goodness, Montez Ford, bro! I have never seen someone fly as much as Montez Ford.
That dude is fucking phenomenal. Like, no offense to AJ Styles.
And the only other person I've seen with like the type of jumping height ability is Scripps, aka Reggie.
Wait a second, you mean to tell me Reggie is Scripts?
For real.
Get out of here.
I know. I discovered that.
Next you're going to tell me the El Generico is actually Sami Zayn.
I never said that.
No, I said next you're going to tell me El Generico is Sami Zayn.
You listen. One thing at a time. So, I'm just saying, like okay, now the disadvantage to Montez's flexibility is the space of the chamber. Because Montez be flying outside the ring the whole time. But
That's
I
true.
think that this man is gonna hop from,
top of the chamber or top of the pod.
like I think like from in the ring to the top of the pod. Like I don't know how to explain it, but he can do it. But once he gets on top of the, like he's gonna pull off some Jeff Hardy RVD type stunts in that chamber. And on Monday Night Raw, he looked mad pissed. He was about to snap on Finn, but then Damian took him out, and then all hell broke loose right after that.
Yeah, and then Edge and Beth come out. Yeah, I remember that.
So yeah, so like that's my little story takedown. But the entire time, it's easy to overlook Austin Theory, but I have a strange and interesting feeling that he's pulling this off.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I think there's a case to be made for literally everybody in that match, except maybe Montez, because I feel like if they give him the title, they might start to split the street profits, and that's really gotten old under Vince McMahon's regime, where they get like a great tag team and then they split them up only to have like one or both guys do absolutely nothing. Now, I don't necessarily think Triple H would do that, but either way, I'm still getting tired of it. So
yeah, I'm not trying to see the Street Profits break up anytime soon.
Yeah, I know Tez is doing really well, and people think he should get a singles run. And if they want to give him a singles run, that's totally fine. But they should have it so it's not he's splitting away from Angelo Dawkins. More like Dawkins is just like, all right, man, you go do your thing for a while. When you're done, let's go back to tagging again. Yeah. Or I'll just be in your corner if you need me, kind of thing. Like, that's fine. But if they go for a full split, I don't really care for that. I hope they don't do that.
That would be so sad.
But as far as an actual winner go, I gotta say Theory retains, and I don't know. It's kind of tough though, actually, now that I think about it, because there's rumors he's gonna be facing John Cena at WrestleMania, and that definitely doesn't need the title on the line.
It does not, but it would be cool to have it, because John Cena is one of the most decorative United States champions. He did a multitude of open challenges.
That's true, but if he does it this time around, he'll be a part-time champion. We already have enough of those.
Yeah, no. If Cena comes back, I feel like he would take that L to Austin Theory.
I should hope so, because I'm sick of getting part-timers going over the younger up-and-coming talent.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
It bothers me because I feel like they don't know what to do with, like, okay, I was complaining about this to Villain. I was like, yo, Bronson Reed versus Mustafa Ali. I would still like to see Ali get a push, but like, you have to find people that would, take the L for the newer talent too, and so like you have a cluster.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay. So yeah, I have to say overall, I think Theory is going to win. But as I said, there's a case to be made for just about anybody in that match. Although, if it wasn't Theory, I got to go with Bronson Reed. I feel like he probably has the best chance, besides Theory, of walking out of that chamber with the U.S. title.
Oh, yo, isn't Seth Rollins in that match?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, yes. I had to point this out. So like, I'm watching WWE Raw on TV, and I see a commercial for Raw advertised in, I think, Ottawa. Like the night after, or 2 nights after Chamber, and they advertised Rollins versus Theory for the United States Championship before, like, cards subject to change much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, they do that. They announce certain matches ahead of time, get fans to buy tickets, but they can always change it any time. Like, look at when we went to a live event in December there. The very end of December, I think the advertised match was supposed to be Rollins versus Theory or something along those lines, but they changed it to Rollins versus Balor.
Okay, actually, you're 100% correct on that. Also, I think there was supposed to be a dark match with Alexa on that holiday tour.
Was there?
There was supposed to be, but I don't think it happened, obviously.
Right. Okay, so I guess we're both more or less picking Theory to retain. All right, now this is the big one, and I gotta say, I said it earlier, but I gotta say it again now. I have never and I mean ever. I'm totally positive on this. Look more forward to a match with a foregone conclusion, and I think you all know what that conclusion is. It's Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns. I have never. Did you see that promo on Raw between Cody and Sami?
Yes, I did.
Oh my God, that was so good. Best thing about Raw, in my opinion, was that promo.
Yo, okay, hold on. I hear what you're saying. But I need to say this. Raw was action-packed to bits this past Monday. The only thing that I think could have laid out better was at the ending of the 6-woman tag match. You know how you had like the chaos going on at ringside?
Yeah.
I think it should have been, you know, I don't know how to explain this. It wasn't chaotic enough for me.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I guess. I mean, I didn't really watch that segment. I don't like admitting this, but a lot of times WWE just doesn't make me care about like the women's stuff.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say like this then. I think they need more chaos. Like, I don't know how to explain this, bro. Like, I was sitting there watching that and it looked like more scrapping should have been involved. Like, these women that are going to be fighting each other up in that chamber need to really, you know, acknowledge what they have at their sleeve and fucking just go for it. Just go for it.
You know what else they need to acknowledge?
What?
The tribal chief.
Okay. Shit, I walked right into that shit.
But as I mentioned, the foregone conclusion is Roman's retaining. I mean, it's fucking obvious. It's Roman. Let me just put it this way: it's Roman Reigns wins until he doesn't, if that makes sense. So the smart money is always going to be on Roman. Yes, even for I'm gonna spoil it well in advance. I'm not even sure Cody Rhodes is gonna beat him at WrestleMania. That's how dominant or that's just how they've been building Roman Reigns like the past 2.5, 3 years now. Like it was even worse than Cena. At least Cena lost once in a blue moon. When's the last time Roman Reigns lost? And not by disqualification. You know? 3 years. It's been freaking Baron Corbin was the one to do it too, which is freaking perplexing. It's hilarious, but it's also perplexing because they have been doing jack shit with Baron Corbin. They tried to give him JBL, that didn't work.
They gave him he had one King of the Ring.
Yeah, and that
he won the Andre the Giant
Battle Royal. Yeah, he's been United States champion, former Mr. Money in the Bank, but still nobody cares about him.
I don't know. I'm not sure why he has such a decline in fan base. He has the look, he has the tattoos, he has some style. When he had this Happy Corbin, I won all my money type thing, he had a good gimmick going.
Yeah.
So I just
fans just didn't care. Can't say I blame them. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a lock that Roman's retaining the title, but, and this is where WWE has excelled as of late, but those last couple of promos by Sami Zayn, the way they've delivered them, the way they've booked them, the way they've, well, I don't know if they necessarily written them out or not, but they have made me believe that maybe, just maybe, there's a snowflake's chance in hell that Sami Zayn might actually walk out of the chamber with the titles.
You thinking that, right?
Yeah, even though I know for a fact that it's not happening, those promos have made me believe that just maybe there's a chance.
Okay, no, and that's good because that's their job to really spice things up.
Under Vince McMahon, you don't get that. You get Roman wins low. What's next? Let's let's skip this one, let's go to WrestleMania. No, I am hyped for this pay-per-view. And it's not just because of the Chamber. Chamber should be good, but the main event is what I'm hyped for, and that's what WWE needs to do, and that's what they've been doing.
I'll tell you what. So, sorry, were you done? I didn't.
Yeah,
know.
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
So like, my solid pick is Roman Reigns to retain as well, because I'm looking at the longer storyline. I'm looking at, it's been 900 days now. You know, I'm looking at, they started this with, you know, with some dominance in mind, but now like it's almost like the story is like it's building itself. Like once Roman drops that title, anyone else that holds it will only be, you know,
just keep going straight a little bit until we finish this.
Yeah. Will be compared to him, right?
Yeah.
So and his legacy will live pretty strong. I think this is not going to happen at Elimination Chamber, but something that would be hysterically funny is if Sami Zayn throws on the sharpshooter and Vince McMahon comes out to try and screw over Roman, and they do screw over Roman. But then Triple H is like, what the hell are you doing? You're not ruining my main event like that. I'm not another Montreal screw job.
That's what's so funny about it, because I was watching a video a little while ago, and they were talking about like, not every time in Montreal, it doesn't have to be a screw job. It doesn't have to be. So it's funny you say that, and that's there. I'm sorry, but there's no chance in hell that's happening.
I know, like if I was, if I had the power to make that happen, I just want to see it happen. It'd be, because like Canada, we don't get a lot of pay-per-views.
That's true. There's only so many places they can go for shows,
That too, and like I don't remember the last time they were in Montreal for a pay-per-view.
That would be Breaking Point 2009.
And how many breaking points have we actually had?
Just the one.
See what I'm saying? So I think, like at the end of the day, Roman's retaining, but it should be some interesting tactics that take place, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Like I'm dying to see how they. Sorry, I'm dying to see how they book that match. Like how it goes down. Like how does Roman retain? Do Jay and Jimmy come out and they cost him the match? Does Jimmy just by himself come out and cost Sami Zayn the match?
Owens, does he return?
There's a very good possibility of that. There's also Jay coming out and accidentally screwing Sami Zayn over, or it turns out that Jay was bloodline all along and he helps Roman retain. Solo, obviously, I mean, it's pretty obvious he's going to interfere in some way.
Well, from the like we still have a SmackDown to go, but
yeah, there's also Cody. There's a very distinct possibility Cody Rhodes comes out and helps Sami Zayn win the title.
And if Cody comes out, Baron Corbin can stick his nose in it.
Oh my God. I'd be so pissed if that happens.
Like this can go a multitude of ways, and I'm just excited to see, like how it's gonna go down. So kudos to WWE for putting on an Elimination Chamber that we're mad excited about. You have good competitors within the chamber, people that are going to be flying all over the place. Because I was just talking before we started filming with B-Man here, and like one of my friends' dads was watching Elimination Chamber back in like 2009 inside the movie theater, and like I guess during the chamber match he got tired, and like we just made an inside joke, like, was the chamber that boring that your dad fell asleep? Like what the you know what I'm saying? But this shit should have some excitement to it.
It should. Honestly, I was thinking of taking the day off to watch it again, but I'm like, nah, I just did that. So like I have to try my best not to get spoilers or anything.
Yeah, no, and like, shout out to B-Man, because like B-Man and myself, like, it's so funny that we're doing this now, because it didn't occur to me that maybe we should have done one right after Rumble. because we don't really get to watch pay-per-views together as much as we used to.
No, that was great. That enhanced the experience getting to watch it at your place.
Yeah, man, that was diggity, you know, and that was. So that's all I really got to say about that. Like, and on top of that, the Rumble itself, like the whole card, left us energy drained and shocked.
That main event angle, like the main event itself was good, but that post match, oh my god.
Yeah, I was like, bro,
I say
like,
that a lot, but damn.
Is this even legal? Like, this beatdown is horrendous.
Right? Jesus.
Like, they
so
really
good,
want
though.
us to hate these guys.
And then, you even heard the "fuck you, robot." Yeah. You hadn't heard that shit in years. You heard that at the Rumble.
Man, so like they were feeding for the reaction, they got the reaction.
Oh, without a doubt. Speaking of reactions, you had mentioned this is probably the last thing I'm going to bring up. You had mentioned Asuka's old character not being, not exactly being the WWE audience not exactly knowing who she is. Like, it's fresh to them.
Yes.
The pop she got when she took off that mask, I beg to differ, my friend.
Yeah. Okay.
I beg to differ. They knew who she was doing. They knew what she was doing. Then again, actually, it could have been just like, oh, hey, new look Asuka. That's cool.
Yes. Well, like, you know what? Like,
that could have been the case.
I gotta tell you though. I gotta tell you, because there were rumors flying around that, you know, Dark Asuka could return, and I actually didn't know anything about that, for real. And that, you know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So like, it was news to me. So like, if there was, you know, people like in my age gap, you know, that was trying to figure this shit out too, like, it could be news to them, you know. So, but I think people were just hyped to see Asuka in general at the same time.
That's true. Like, I know they popped when she came out, but they didn't. But then when she took off that mask, the pop was even louder.
Yeah, yo, kind of like when Bray returned at Extreme Rules, it just got louder and louder.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, speaking of Bray, I just kind of hope that there's like some kind of Uncle Howdy substance throughout this pay-per-view somewhere. That would be fantastic. I would love that.
It could be. There aren't any. Well, except for the main event, there aren't any SmackDown exclusive matches. And then the whole thing with Alexa Bliss, I still don't know where they're going with that.
Yeah. So I've been following that a little bit on Twitter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Alexa is like, yo, don't worry, I'll, you know, like, you'll see me soon. And then she dropped a GIF or a GIF, or however you say it, of like, I think the Ice Princess or whatever. So she might be going under some kind of transformation.
Okay.
And like, rumors are flying like maybe she's the one that needs to control Uncle Howdy and Bray and the Funhouse. But at the end of the day, a lot of fans just want to see Bray and Alexa reunite. So yeah, we'll take it from there. As soon as Chamber's done, I honestly hope, for my sake, they start flexing on this storyline, because Bray was missing from last week's SmackDown as well.
Yeah, he's been gone since Rumble, hasn't he?
And one, you know, when
L.A. Knight, yeah.
When he was questioned about the Pitch Black match, he's like, no, we don't talk about that.
Yeah, that was funny.
You know, so it's cool to see him insert himself back in. I feel like under Triple H's guidance, this is going somewhere. I just don't know where.
I guess we'll find out.
Yes.
At least one thing's for sure, we'll at least have a definitive ending to the storyline, not like Vince.
Oh man, yeah. So here we go.
This is gonna be good. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the Chamber immensely. As I said, Trouble, I know you're looking forward to it. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. And thanks for sticking through if you have. And of course, shout out to Troublemaker for coming out and doing this. I know you're tired from work, so I really appreciate this, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Whoop, whoop.
So that'll be about it. I don't see a Chamber review video. Maybe if I feel like it. I know, I'm sorry guys, I don't post nearly as often as I should. I think my last post was freaking back in December. Sorry about that. I just haven't really felt the motivation to do it. But when I was talking to Trouble, the idea came to me, and like, you know what? Let's do this again. We haven't done this in a while. We'll do this again. and we did, and it's run a little long, but that's fine because we had a lot to say about it. So again, if you stuck through to the end, thank you a lot, and hopefully I'll see you guys again soon. Until then, stay out of trouble. See what I did there? And don't do anything I wouldn't do, although that's a short list.
Peace.